Hello, wonderful people of Belmont. I'm back once again virtually to give our weekly Shabbat sermon. I would love to say it's great to see you, but I can't see you. Unfortunately, you have to look at me. But I hope this message finds you well, healthy, and coping with all the challenges that we are facing in such a difficult time. There's a book, and I've been trying to remember the name of the book, but there's a book that I read my kids years ago, and it's that famous fable with the old lady who's complaining that she's got so little space in her house. I don't know, I don't like it, it's too small. And the old wise man says, well, why don't you bring this one into the house? So you bring the goat in, and you bring the elephant in, and the giraffe, I don't remember all the animals. And she's all squashed in the house, and she says, how is this helping? I'm so squashed. So he advises her, why don't you remove this one, and remove that thing, and remove this one? And all of a sudden she looks around, oh my gosh, I've got so much space. You probably know the story I'm talking about. Boy, do I feel like I am living that book right now. It is amazing how little space we find in our own homes when we're all living on top of each other all the time. And I know that's just our circumstances. I know that many of you are feeling very isolated, but even by ourselves, it can feel cramped. It can feel like we really are staring at the same four walls. The books haven't changed. I remember when we used to go into yeshiva or even in university, there was a notice board as you walk into the main rooms. And we used to study that notice board 15 times a day just in case maybe something changed, even though we knew that it hadn't. Because you're looking at the same thing over and over again. You look to see what differences there might be, and it's very difficult. So it got me thinking, because actually there's a nod to this in our weekly portion. We actually have a double this week, Tazria, Metzora. And at the beginning of the second parsha of Metzora, we talk about the tzoras that would be afflicted on a home. Tzoras is this, it's not leprosy, but a leprosy-like affliction that was very uncomfortable, quite painful, very serious, and could only be cured in particular ways. It was from the Torah, most commonly known for speaking Lashon Hara. White blotches would appear on the skin. There was a way of transforming and becoming pure from it. Very complicated, not for now. But the beginning of the second parasha talks about the tzoras that would be afflicted on a home, not just on a person's clothing and body, but actually in the walls this affliction would appear. Rashi says at the beginning of the parasha that actually it was seen as a bracha, a kind of reward. It was a good thing. If you saw tzoras on your home, actually it wasn't such a bad thing. Don't all go jumping crazy or no. It's not such a bad thing. Now that's interesting. If you speak Lashon Hara and you get punished with tzoras, that's definitely not a good thing. So there are many explanations as to where the tzoras on the home would come from. There was one idea that actually wasn't from Lashon Hara. Actually, it was from Chemdas Mammon, sort of being greedy after money and being envious over other people's money. So just as one person might pursue money that wasn't theirs or isn't theirs, or pursue something that they don't have and be envious of other people's riches and wealth, so the midah keneged midah, the affliction would come back at you on your walls and say, you think you desire someone else? Maybe you should be appreciating what you've got in your own home. But how is this a blessing? How is this a good thing? Where's the positive aspect of this that Rashi seems to allude to at the beginning of the parasha? So maybe we can suggest like this. When someone finds this affliction on their home, they had to go through a purification process. And a part of that purification process was they would have to literally dismantle their home, brick by brick, item by item, all laid out in front of you. When you walk down my road at the moment in Honister Gardens, like 3 houses, 4 houses look like construction sites. They're kind of being put on hold a bit at the moment, but like literally almost gutted, totally knocked down, being built up from the ground upwards. And that's a little bit like what would have to have happened. If you had this affliction on your homes, you'd have to literally not just empty the home, but you'd have to take it apart totally. And part of that process wasn't just a physical one, it was a mental one as well. Because the hope would be when I would look about all my belongings spread out in front of me, even the very bricks that my home consists of, spread out in front of me, I should start to appreciate, actually, this is all mine. This is actually what I have. I need to be much more appreciative of what I own, what I have, what is in my power, what is in my own four walls, rather than looking over my shoulder at what someone else has. Over being envious of what other people have in their own property, their own wealth. No. When I see everything that I own laid out in front of me, I need to start appreciating, actually, look what I've got. Look what I own. Look what I have. Look what's actually mine. Because the worry is that when we start to be envious of things that other people have, we don't just lose appreciation for what we do or what we have. We miss the point. We allow these things to define us. Our property, our assets do not define us. Our homes are not defined, however beautiful we try and make them. They're not defined by the pictures that we put up, by the books that we have on our shelves, by the ornaments, by the tablecloths, the cutlery, the artwork. That doesn't define who we are. A home is built on the love, the spirit, the energy that we put inside. And that's what I have to appreciate. So I'm saying these words to you now because I need to internalize it. I need to remember that the house, the four walls that we, family Levine, we live in, and even though we feel like we're all on top of each other the whole time, and it's the same four walls that I'm staring at every single day, feeling a lack of space. I described it yesterday as I'm living literally in a college dormitory, a campus with all these ladies around me. It's interesting times. I'm learning a lot about myself right now and a lot about the world. But I have to appreciate it's not the walls that I stare at. It's not the books in my bookcase. It's not all the things that I have, which I really do need to appreciate. Our home is built on the love, on the energy and the spirit that we can put in. So I hope and pray, and my bracha is that we all mischazek ourselves, we all can strengthen ourselves, our resolve to continue to put the love, energy and spirit that we need to into our homes, whether that's a family full of people or a household with only one. May we all find that strength to continue to fill our homes with love, care, sensitivity, even in isolation, that we can create a spirit to live in that's positive, appreciative, and only with blessings. Please God, you should have continued strength. We should only have simchas, happiness and good things. And I can't wait to share many of the new experiences that we've got coming up and opportunities with you in these next coming days and weeks. All the very best with blessings. Good Shabbos, good Shabbos, good Shabbos.